She get rocky, but the show must go on. She get rocky, bullets hit like Stallone. Body dropping, trying to pay out Capone.
Anybody likes a good deal, right? Anybody is going to be a confirmation of doubt. So it doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, whoever it is.
Right.
But that one person that tells you, yeah, this ain't right, you're going to agree with it. Because that's our natural design, right? We go with confirmation. Right? We could be on our way to the store. I'd be like, dang, I don't know if I should drink tonight. I see somebody say, have a drink. Oh, shoot, that's it. That's the sign, you know? So that's why I say it's an inherited perspective. It's all about what you're brought up with, right? So for me, with my family, I'm brought up with, okay, you can do this, but I see my mom doing these things, and she's still right in the same position as them. So, like, this is easier. Why wouldn't I go with that path?
What you think?
Pretty much saying, like, you get complacent. I understand that, like, you are what you eat in a way. Like, so if you see people doing a certain thing, then you normally will go with the norm. I'm the type of person that go against the grain.
I still think women get
they probably do, but
I think they get taken
saying
advantage of more at the dealership.
So I'm not saying they don't.
That's the part
I'm not saying they
Oh, nah, for sure.
I'm not saying they don't.
I think so too, though.
Yeah,
I think when they see a woman that they start licking their chops.
You said earlier. When she
I'm
said
not
earlier,
saying they don't. I'm saying we have a superpower because we already know that's the perceived notion, right? If I already know you're going to try and take advantage of me, I'm going to already be prepared for that. So that's what I'm saying.
They gonna try a woman, though. Like, if you know what you doing, like, you pretty much saying you know that, so you kind of on point. But every woman don't know that.
That's
So
what I'm
the
saying,
fact
it's
that you know that, you gotta advance. But to a woman that just thinks
Old
she
people
gonna
and
go
women
with
keep the deal
she gonna go with what the
So-
person saying. Like,
So let me
man,
show
look,
how
you
that
need to
relates
fix
back
this.
to what we're
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
right?
Yeah.
It's perspective, right? So just like I told you, if you already know that that's the perceived notion that a black male is not going to do good, wouldn't that inspire you to thrive more? Wouldn't that encourage you to be better because you already know that's the stigma?
It would inspire some, not all.
Some.
And
We're not talking about some. We're talking about you because you said you don't think about that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
So
because I didn't grow up. Like, my early years of life wasn't based around racism and the issues of it. My early understanding of life was more based around, like, merit. Like, for instance, the school I went to in Jamaica, like, you do an exam. It's called a GSAT, GSAT, General SATs, and in middle school. And based on your grades in that school, you go to a certain high school. So it's like a meritocracy. If you ever heard of that.
Understood.
So if you're an A student, you go to the A grade schools. B students, same, and everybody wears a uniform. So they're all like, they're known throughout the community. So if you are that student that goes to the D school, you're ostracized by everybody
Because they know that you like
because they know you're like,
yeah.
oh, you failed, or you're not
Right.
doing good. And there are bro, when a society's built like that, it's a huge deal. So, like, it brings shame on your family. Like, that shit is huge. So for us, that was more of a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So we had to perform, or else we would embarrass our families.
For
so
sure.
when you came to America
Yeah.
and you started going to school here,
School here was dumb easy for me.
and you started doing well, how many teachers did you have so surprised that you were doing well?
So I actually got in a lot of trouble here at school, and actually, so I remember I used to skip biology, earth science.
Oh, who
That was
your
ninth
teacher?
grade, right? I don't remember. I
Mr.
don't
Deere?
remember none of their names. I do remember that
That
guy's
was my
name.
teacher. I hate him.
It was this. Well, it wasn't earth science then. It was a science, and I would, like, not go to class or whatever. And I would, when it's test time, I would go and I would ace it, and they'd be so mad because I would never show up because I was like, I already learned this. See, the thing is, like, I started high school in 7th grade back home, so I'd already learned all the shit they were teaching me, and they wouldn't give me credit for it, so I was pissed off.
It's like you had to redo shit you already
I
knew.
got to do this again, so it was really
So
annoying.
using that, emphasizing on that moment,
Okay.
right? All right. You were pissed off because you have already done everything. You've
Yeah.
already exceeded the expectations. You already met the criteria. You had to come here and start from scratch. How did you feel?
I was annoyed by it, but I still did it.
Right.
Because I graduated
So-
high school, so I still
So
did it.
I guess that's what I'm saying is the stigma around, like, the unconscious bias, right? So
I don't know if you made that point.
yeah, because even as a teen mom, I had a lot of oh my gosh, you're so smart. How do you do this? How do you do that? Like, people were shocked that I actually paid attention. I love school. I love learning. Like, that's one of my passions.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be a teacher. So people were still so shocked, like, oh my God, you're doing this? I can't believe that. You have a kid. I had a math teacher who was like, wow, you're out. Well, maybe you shouldn't have kids at a young age if you can't come to school on time, you know? But that just made me even more hungry. Like, let me do it in spite of you. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny you say that, because I would love if everyone had your perspective. Like, I would love if people, instead of looking at it like, why I got to do this more, why I got to do more than the other person, or why, I would love, because look, life isn't fair.
Never.
Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, if you're a man under 6 feet tall, you have a disadvantage, 100%. Let's even go a little X-rated, not even X, adult. If you're a man and you got a small jank, you gonna have a hard life. That's
so
a fact. That is 100%
But you don't see the bias on, like,
because that's biology.
But that's a bias.
No,
That's
it's not
an
a bias.
unconscious
That's
bias.
a fact. If you
Yes,
got
it
a
is.
small, as a man, that's you're gonna have a hard life.
Not
because a
necessarily.
lot of women aren't gonna like you because of that.
They gonna
But
like you
some
for
people
whatever.
don't like other people.
You gotta have
Whatever else
something else.
But that's my whole thing, right? Like, so it circles back to that whole conversation.
You saw how I
the
did the
forefront.
figure down.
That's
But that
hilarious,
circles back
bro.
to the whole foundation, right? Because some people, that's not the
That's
major.
not no.
That's not
That
the
is a-
major.
that is
That's
a
not the major
uni-
indicator.
That's a universal thing.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now.
I'm a female.
I don't care. I don't care what.
I'm a female.
What's that mean?
She saying that she probably fuck with a nigga that don't want. So she telling you that from a female
that
part
is
of it.
you.
Point of
You're
view.
not the universe.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
just
I'm
you.
one.
She telling you this
You're
one.
For
She-
everybody that's
That's
me,
just- you're
for
just you.
me,
I'm
there's
just
at
letting
least
you know
10
that.
people. There's at least 10 people.
I am
that
pretty
think just
sure
like me.
people watching this video will say, yes, I'm not trying to deal with no man that got no small.
No,
life.
that might
That's
not
what
be
it
my
is.
first choice, but that might be the better option, right? So even
Might
like,
be the better option.
yeah, right?
Because he ain't got
if
no
somebody
option.
got like 15 feet, dang, I'm in competition with everybody.
That's
every
what
day.
it is.
Why?
That's
Why?
fair.
She in competition with Long
What
Willie,
they
boy. That nigga got
What they
that.
say? You win the battle, but you don't win the war. It's a whole
Hey,
thing.
bro, y'all. That's funny.
It's a thing. Like,
I'm just
for real.
saying, some of it you can't get rid of it. It's just some of it's nature. However, like, you know, I mean, okay, like let's not even go there. What's a short guy gonna do?
I think that shit don't matter, bro. I think what you're thinking that is because there's some short niggas I know that goddamn had they way. There's some fat niggas that's 500-600 pounds that had they way. So I think it's on you, bro. I think it's how you carry
Well,
yourself.
that's
exactly
how you,
what I'm saying.
How you
we
could.
lack-
You're
we
agreeing
give
with what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh no!
that's what I'm
Oh no!
saying.
Okay, I ain't
No,
know. Maybe
you
I
was
maybe
saying
I
that's
missed.
what I was
Maybe
saying.
I thought you were saying that like.
You were saying the homie was stunted. If he didn't have this, he was done.
No,
That's
no,
what you
no.
were
I said he
saying.
was
That's
gonna
what
have
it
a
was intended.
hard life.
Yeah.
Well, what is he supposed to do? Kill himself? He's still going.
What
out
if
to
he
live.
tell her though, like, bro, I
He's still
got
gonna
look,
have
man, I
to
got
go about his
2.5
life.
inches, but I'm gonna work this money. Like, this
Damn
is what it
right.
is.
That's what
So
I'm
I'm saying,
saying.
so I think
I'm not saying his life is
no,
over.
no, this is what I'm
That's
saying.
what
I think
we're
it comes on a person. Like, I feel like I think it becomes on you and your confidence.
And
like,
that's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay,
With
okay.
The question she asked
Yeah.
me way back was, you know, do you think your race has pretty much made your life, you know, harder in any kind of...
Hold on.
No.
Now
That
this is
wasn't
something
my
different.
question. My question was, how do you see the bias of being a tall man versus a short
No,
man?
that wasn't your question.
Yes, it was. I said,
No.
how do you see that bias about
She
being
did say
tall
that.
I
and
brought
being
that
short?
up. Oh, you're saying just
yeah,
now. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's
She
what
said
I'm
that,
saying.
yeah.
How do you see that bias versus the bias about being, you know, African American in this world? Like, there's unconscious bias.
No. Well,
There's unconscious bias.
I
It's not
think-
even by choice. It's like just unconsciously.
you know what the difference is with that? Like I said it before, it's universal. You
It
know
is.
why? Because a white woman, a Chinese woman, a European woman, a black woman, an African, Jamaican woman, she gonna like her man to be tall. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying.
Hold on.
I
I'm tall, so I'm tall, so I'm not going. But I know some niggas that's little that can that had a way. So what I'm saying, it's on.
But you probably have a better, easier.
I'm not gonna say they
job
have.
than do. Than they would.
No, I'm just saying it just
You know,
depends on
that's
how you.
just nature.
It just depends on how you pull up. That's your perception. If you a motherfucker, if a nigga been 5'5" all his life, that's all he know. So he figured out how to work that motherfucker.
bro,
he might have more women than you
I
had.
have
Me.
friends, bro. I've seen them.
I can dig that. That's
A lot
your.
of people
That
don't like
listen.
short
That's
guys.
your. That's your. That's look. That's
He
your
said 5'5".
He said he gonna figure out how to work that.
that's your friends, my nigga. But I'm talking about I know some niggas that's fat. That goddamn you can look at a nigga like it might be because he got money or whatever the situation. But regardless, he might have been like, bro, I always been like this. You can't put everybody and be like, bro, if a nigga 6'2", he gonna get, cause there's some niggas that's 6'6" that don't get girls, and some niggas that's 5'3" that get girls. So you can't be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It might be a woman preference to be like, man, I want a nigga that's 6'3" or 6'.
You know, Anthony,
I said I said it might be. It might be. It might not be. If she 5 foot, she might not care if the nigga 5'5". She still gotta look up to him.
Yeah, but
let's
you're
bring
actually
hold
proving my
on.
point, Mel.
Let's bring this back factual. Let's bring this back factual. All right. So when you lose one sense, what happens with the other ones? They overcompensate.
So they say.
Man, hell nah, I lost my vision. Ain't nothing goddamn.
That's what I hear. I've never seen it myself, but I hear
it. It's a proven fact.
Yeah, but you can look it up, but I've never witnessed it.
I'm telling you, I lost my vision.
So
that
if
shit
somebody
ain't.
doesn't have their sight, what do they have to rely on?
But he's telling you right now.
I'm telling you, I ain't get nothing extra. I thought I know how to be like Daredevil or something. I ain't get nothing extra. You feel me? I just can't.
So tell me.
I can't see out the right side. You feel me?
So tell me, in your everyday life.
Nah, it do start
Hearing
compensating.
is terrible.
It do start like it made my vision better. But I think it's more of your body just adjusting to like this your new norm.
Because you're more conscious. You're conscious of your flaws, so you overcompensate with your powers.
For sure, I agree with that.
That's it.
But it took me a minute.
It does.
At first, I was goddamn walking.
Because it's new. You can't be comfortable. Y'all heard the song by Wale, Matrimony? You know
I think I know that song.
Oh my God, that's my song.
I do know that song.
All right, so at the very beginning, it's him and I think it's Jerry Seinfeld. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. So basically, he's like, what's the hardest part? He's like, well, it's growth. You can't be ready for growth. You can never be ready for growth because it's new.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's life.
Wait.
For growth.
So what he's saying is you can't be ready for the
for growth,
like the process of it, or just
the change,
like,
any of it.
Just change.
You
itself.
can't be ready for any of it because how can you be ready for something you
that
don't
never
know
happened.
is happening?
Yeah.
Right? So how can I prepare to fly this plane? I've never flown a plane before. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know the first step.
You can study to fly a
I
plane.
have to know what to study.
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
So
that statement's I feel like there's some holes in that, but I got you.
So were you ready
I
for
understand
a kid?
what you're trying to say.
So knowing everything that you know, when you had your daughter, you were excited, you were ready for it, you were happy for it. Did you know everything you felt like you should have known when you had your daughter, or did you still learn? You still had lessons to learn as you had your daughter.
For sure, and that's the process of growth.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, growth itself, I can understand that. Well, we don't need to get tired of it.
But that's the whole thing. That's the whole point of it, right? So you can't be ready for something you've never experienced. You can't be ready for something you've never experienced.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Unless you're ready for everything.
Yeah, and even if you're ready for everything, you're not really
that's
ready.
What I'm saying. There's like a whole.
Cause like it's like this. If you
you gotta listen to it, and then check me.
Okay.
Let me know. Let me know. But you gotta listen to it. He says you can't be ready for growth. You've never experienced it. Basically.
What you thinking? He thinking something. Go ahead.
Man. You said you can't be ready for growth
because it's never happened.
All right, look, I'm gonna tell you why. Like you kind of right, but like depending on how you are. Because there's a lot of shit, bro. It's shit that happened to me that I wasn't prepared for, but I had you know what I'm saying. So I can't.
You could be a subject matter. You could be like
but everybody couldn't do it. Like some people would go through the same shit and they would just fold, or they wouldn't be able to goddamn adapt to the growth. But I'm the motherfucker that adapt to everything.
Me too.
I don't give a fuck if the world's spinning, if it's on fire. I'm gonna figure this shit out. Like I don't give a fuck if they out there fighting with knives. I'm gonna go get my knife. I'm gonna fit in. If they talking, they having communication. Exactly.
I'm gonna sharpen
you know
that
what I'm saying? I'm a pump fake. I'm gonna act like I got a knife.
Technically, isn't that you being ready for change?
Ready, but you're never really ready because even if I go out there with my fork and they got guns, what I'm gonna do now?
Don't bring a rose to a gunfight.
You feel me? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You can be ready.
But what if I tell you, I be like, bro, I come for innocent. I throw my fucking kid.
But you can be ready for anything.
So I be like, bro, I ain't got nothing, bro. I'm done, and I pull the fork out my sleeve and throw that motherfucker like Zorro. You know what I'm saying? And catch him. You know what I'm saying?
You can't master it.
Nah, you right though.
I mean,
I agree with that.
Say it that way. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Like if you can't master anything you've never been through.
Period.
Okay, so I don't know about period. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I did learn through other people's experiences.
So
100%.
Is it or is it not still experience?
No, but it's not something I didn't experience.
But is it or is it not experience?
I listen.
It's still experience.
She's saying that's still an experience because you got it from somebody else. She's saying like something that never happened. She's saying like if it never happened, you never had no altercation with it. You know what I'm saying?
Would you be ready? What would you do?
I mean, yeah, but
the moon fell right here. What would you do?
Right.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the moon. I'm probably.
But if a hurricane
If the moon
came,
fell right now, we would all die. There's nothing to do.
No, like it might not though. We don't know what to
Bro,
do.
the moon's huge. It
There
would
could
kill
be.
all of us.
there could
The
be.
moon ain't that big. It ain't bigger than the Earth. It ain't bigger than the Earth.
If the moon falls to the
I
earth,
don't
with
know
the
what it-
velocity,
Bro.
and everything is coming,
Doesn't
we're all
matter.
going to die.
There's
nothing
somebody
to do.
who's gonna live.
Everything ain't that when the meteor.
Just look. Oh, there's
Somebody-
the moon.
When the meteor hit, everything ain't that.
But the
Somebody
moon's not
is
gonna
gonna
be a
live.
little meteor.
But that little meteor won't look.
Somebody about to live.
That shit
Somebody
killed the
is gonna live
dinosaurs.
to tell the
You
story.
talking about little meteor? That shit killed. You talking about little meteor?
Talk about that, Joe.
I was like, you tripping? That shit. But I'm saying, shit still,
Somebody's
shit
You heard what
still,
you just said?
but shit still live.
We'd be the next dinosaurs. No, you answered your own question.
But we somebody that still survive.
We
So I'm like, yeah, them bitch ass niggas dead.
You know the only thing that would survive? Cockroaches. They'd be the only niggas living.
Man,
bro.
listen.
And Twinkies.
The alligators,
They still got it.
listen, the
They still
alligators, all that shit that survived through that shit probably said the same shit. Them shit still out here, but they prehistoric, bro.
True.
But again,
You know what I'm saying? So we don't know where the fuck it live until it happen.
It
You know what I'm
could be
saying?
somebody
Hopefully it don't
else.
happen, but we don't know
But
what
if the
it.
moon fall, it's gonna cause like gravitational issues. The water.
It's gonna
rise.
fuck. Listen,
We would be
A lot of
fucked.
listen,
people-
Peter. It's gonna fuck a lot up, but it's not
Why
gonna.
we talk about astro?
because,
like
but no. So we can't be
We
prepared for
drink-
that.
And we've been drinking. Have we been drinking, y'all? I
We
think we've
can't
been
be prepared
drinking.
for that,
Yeah,
right?
that shit
Because
hype.
it's never happened. So we can't truly be prepared for that. We might know what we think we're gonna do, but we don't know what's gonna happen.
Ah, we
right?
need to-
But
uh-huh.
if a fire happens, if a flood happens, we know what to do because people have been through this. This is how they've gotten through it. So we're gonna use their experience to get through this because this is what they did. This is what worked.
You ever heard of Run, Hide, Fight?
Yeah, I actually
So-
take training on it every month.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that because even though, like, it's kind of like an argument they always make. Like we talk about the system and how, and we need to bring it back to the kids, but like, we talk about the system and how the system's kind of, unfair towards like African Americans or people of color,
Minorities in general.
just minorities in general, brown, black, whatever. Excuse me. Yet we still do things to face the system.
We do because
You know?
it's the structure. That's what I'm saying. Like that's my whole point. The path of least resistance is most followed, right?
Yeah.
So if it's easier, so if I see that my mom is
So
making
you do agree it's easier to do like not
The wrong
quote
thing?
unquote the wrong thing.
yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Even though I think
That's
the
what
Bible
we're taught.
says that too. I don't
Yeah.
remember if it,
It
quotes,
is.
quotes it word for
Yes.
word, but yeah.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
It's basically saying you have free will. I have given you free will so you can choose me
Yeah.
on your own will.
Yeah.
You're not forced to choose me.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
that's why we have so many people who do follow, who don't follow, right? So it's the whole thing. But we have people who will skim the system. Well, I didn't really do all of this. I was here, but I didn't do this.
Yeah.
So if I didn't do this, I still
Yeah.
followed the system. No, that's
Right.
not the case.
Right.
So when it comes to your kids, right? When you have your kids, okay, well, look, I can fight. Like I'm going through it now. As my daughter said, he's very competitive. Everything has to be accounted. Every single penny has to be accounted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need this for her hair. Oh, well, what are you getting? Anyways, besides the
Okay.
point, right? So with my other dad, my son's dad, he didn't say anything. He minded his business. Like you do what you do. Da da da. That's you, boo. Freestyle it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was easier. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because that's easier. I'll just do what I need to do. I don't have to.
because you have more control.
He ain't give.
Right?
He ain't ask so much accountability.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
no. So what that is control. 100%.
Exactly.
I'm saying he ain't. Yeah, it's
No,
control,
no,
but I'm saying he.
But that's not necessarily a good thing. But
It's
not
not
a bad thing either.
It's
Yeah.
not
It's
a good
just
thing,
like-
but
yeah.
He just
So-
would pretty much wanted to know where everything was going. That's why I say he asked.
He
It's a
wanted
control
control
thing,
of his.
you know.
It is, but he
It's
still
okay.
he
He
It's
wanted
still
okay.
control of his money, and she's
For
he
sure.
wants
It
to
just
control
adds
the
layers.
situation, but it's more to
Adds
that
layers,
story. It's
yeah.
For
okay.
sure.
But either way, so if I have to go through this, right? Like I have to fight tooth and nail for you to give me $5 to get a hair bow or whatever. Why would I do that when I could just say, you know what, forget it. Like I'll just say you ain't here, you ain't doing this, and I can make 800 easy.
For
What
sure.
would you do?
And I
Now,
go
let
through
me
that.
ask
What
you a
would you
question.
do?
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because, so for majority of Sabrina's life, I had custody of her,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never one time took her mom to court for child support, not one time,
Mhm.
ever, and I would never do it. And the reason why is because, so I think, so human nature is a thing, right? We so it's interesting because we have expectations that we set on people. We talked about this before about that guy who that woman, because he raised like 5 kids
That want his, yeah.
and she was like clowning him all this time because she didn't expect him to do that.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Oh, he's this type of dude. He would never do something like that. Okay. There are people who, and I'm not just what I'm about to say. I'm not like co-signing it. I'm not saying it's okay, but there are people who run away from these situations because of the court system. Because of, bro, like, why I gotta be paying all this money to this woman? Why I gotta, when I pay her money, I ain't got money to do nothing. I can barely pay my bills. Like, I can barely do this. I can barely do that.
I'm so glad that you said that.
And what they end up doing is they end up resenting the child and the mother and the child and the situation altogether. Like, I've seen it and I've understood it, dog. Like, not even just like, oh yeah, I hear you. No, I understood that shit. Like, I'm like, bro, there was this dude that I know. His ex accused him of molesting the daughter, it came out that that he didn't do it. Now I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If I was going through that, I'd be done with the whole situation. I don't want to see either one of them. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest.
That can ruin you in so many different ways. I understand,
bro. Honestly, I'm a man. It's easy for us to just go out here and boom, 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 baby, baby, baby.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta carry it.
Yeah.
I can create another family. Sometimes people don't understand that. I can leave the country and go create another family, bro.
Yeah.
I could do that, and I could just forget. How many times have that happened?
It happens a lot.
All the time.
Yeah.
So what's interesting to me is like we don't. We think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna get child support because I'm trying to burn his ass or I'm trying to get in his pockets. If this dude all you're doing to me is hurting the child. Now, obviously, if the dude is like a piece of shit, he ain't trying to be around. He doesn't want to have conversation. He doesn't want to be a part of the child's life, and he's just the type of dude that you would put on child support, sure. But if he's trying to work with you, but because you lack control of the whole situation, which a lot of times is what it is.
I'm a fucked up individual, right? And if I know that this kid, man, before I this shit gonna sound crazy, bro. But if I know that kid, man, and you trying to, before I let you, like, I don't even want to say that shit. I'm gonna leave that shit.
So
I ain't gonna even say that. I ain't even gonna put that shit on camera.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
So
don't put it in ether. Don't put it in ether. You don't want that shit.
So let me say it, right? Like, I'm a mom. I got my kids. All right,
yeah, right.
Boom. So I did everything that I had to do for both of my kids.
Right.
So boom, I told you, like, if I would have got the assistance from the system, I would have had to put my baby dad, like, whatever. I hate that term, but I would have had to put him through it. I didn't, because all right, cool, you're not doing what you need to do, but you know I can get it on my own. It's a character thing. So just like everything in life, it's a character test. Okay. So I could definitely say, you know what, forget this. Let me get these benefits that are. No, forget that. You didn't do anything really wrong to me. You're just not ready for this. So it's a character flaw, right? Because there's people who are 40, 50 years old. They got kids. As soon as they have the baby, they're already at the courts. Like, give me this, give me this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because they're looking at that as free money. But
Right.
It's not free money.
So different situation.
Yeah.
My second, I really sound crazy. But anyways, my daughter's dad, completely
You
different
don't
story.
sound crazy,
We
man.
was together the whole pregnancy, all of that good stuff. I was like, okay, boom, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the family, this is all of that good stuff, whatever. It wasn't that at the end of the day. It's okay. I'm not tripping about
sorry
it.
about that.
No,
Sucks.
don't worry.
Yeah.
I needed it.
Yeah.
Can't have testimony without a test. But anyways, so like this guy, I have to really fight tooth and nail, right? Like, oh yeah, can we get this for her? Da da da. I have the money. I have my own money. Like, I can do whatever I need to. Oh yeah, da da da. We'll do it. Da 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 da. A whole bunch of bullshit. Like a whole bunch of bullshit. I have to keep waiting. Like, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna do it myself. Oh, why would you do it this? That? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cuss.
Yeah,
but like, that's what it ends up to. So it's like, that would be the person to put on child support. But again, I don't need to, because let me show you how I can do it without you. You feel me? Like, let me show you how I'm really that girl. You play it with me like I'm not that girl. Let me show you I'm that girl.
Right.
You feel me? So it's perspective. It's character flaws, right? People will take the easy way because it's easier to do that, right? It's easier to point the finger with everybody else and say, yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Or you can bear a burden and do it yourself. It's all perspective.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You're saying pride, like
Not even pride.
Well, okay.
That's partially pride.
How I
though.
would look at
Is
it
it?
would be
Yeah, that's
pride.
partially pride because I feel like
Like, as
if
far as
y'all
doing
went half on this baby, like I feel like it's a man's responsibility to do his part.
Yeah.
So I
So
don't
he
feel
feels like
I get what
because
you're
he's
saying
like-
though. You looking at like
Right.
I'm not about to beg you for the money or nothing or no assistance, but like
No,
I'd rather do
because-
it on my own. But like at the end of the day, if he sat there and
But
made
in
that
his
baby,
mind, if you're his friend, he's the right guy because
Yeah.
he's paying for daycare each week. But you know how many nights I don't go to sleep?
he
because
ain't my
daughter not
friend though.
doing
Because if
this?
it was my friend, I'd tell him like,
But
bro,
I'm
that shit
telling
ain't.
you.
Yeah,
But there's
I mean,
a lot of people he has friends with.
but he
that he's
around.
the right guy.
That mean he around yes man. Like I'm the type nigga like me and Peter say we argue, bro. Don't we, bro? We'll sit here and argue
So
for
what if I
hours.
told y'all the system agreed with
We'll
him?
argue for an hour. So
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
system
if I
agreed
do
with
something I don't agree, if he do something I don't agree with, or I do something he don't agree with, he gonna tell me,
We
bro.
talked
Uncle
about that.
Sam
I'm
agreed
not gonna
with
watch
him.
you do bullshit that I disagree with.
For
I'm
sure.
like, bro,
Sam.
you about to do, you know what I'm
Uncle
saying? I'm gonna
Sam.
check him.
Uncle Sam.
And he
agreed
gonna
with
check
him.
me.
Nah, for
Uncle
sure.
Sam agreed with him because he's doing the bare minimum. That's enough. You have a kid.
Well, I mean,
you have your daughter.
There is a guideline, and the guideline says X, Y, and Z. And if the thing is, you can't force him, and
Right.
he can't force you.
You can't.
Like if he came up and said, "Look, I want to give up my rights to this kid," you can't stop him. He can.
You can't.
You
But
cannot.
I don't give a
You can't
fuck.
make them do
I don't
that
care
either,
what
because
the
I tried that with my
guidelines.
No,
daughter.
you
My
can't.
son
You can't
said.
make him.
I tried that with my son said.
Listen,
Like-
I don't care what the guidelines say. You not about to stop me from coming to pick my son up,
Yeah.
taking him to go throw this ball. I don't give a fuck what we got going on. How much I'm paying you in child support,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold that against my son.
Yeah.
Like I might be mad as fuck at you. Like
Right.
man, she got me going through the ringer.
Some
You get what I'm?
people do.
No, I'm just talking
I
about me.
respect
I'm
that.
only
You're
speaking for
not.
I'm only speaking for me. So I'm saying
I
I don't
respect
give a
that.
fuck what you saying. Like
Yeah.
you can have me doing whatever, but like that's not gonna make me be like, oh, she get enough in child support. My
That's
son
a
hit me and be like,
character.
Daddy, I want some shoes. I got you.
Let
Come
me
on.
ask you a question.
You know what I'm saying? What you
about
trying to
child
do? You
support.
feel me?
And we do need. This is a conversation that we should have. Don't you think that whole child support thing is like it's a way to keep actually us down? Don't you think? It's
I
a way
agree
to
with
keep
you.
Us down?
Child support is for deadbeat daddies. I agree with that.
It's not even
Well,
just
no,
for
no.
deadbeat
Let
daddies.
him answer.
No, I'm saying I believe that's what it's for, but I believe that's not what it's used for.
No.
I believe it's active fathers that get put on child
Yeah.
support, but I believe that child support should only be used for a deadbeat father that be like,
Yeah.
man, you had that kid, I don't give a
I don't
fuck.
give a fuck.
I'm doing what I want to do.
Right.
If I'm trying, if man, Charlotte, look, I don't only work at McDonald's, but every time I get a check, I'm gonna send you $50.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
that's all I got.
It's a
Yeah.
default.
So you gotta-
thing,
you
though.
gotta
That's
really-
back to the systematic design.
Nah, for
right?
sure. I
That's
agree.
back
I
to
agree
the
with you.
Systematic
But
design.
I
You
agree
only
with
got $50. You only giving me $50. All right, boom, boom, boom. Right? But dang, I want 100.
Hold
so
on.
like now I'm gonna apply for
Hold,
child
hold
support.
on.
because
Not
they're
only
gonna
am I
give me-
gonna give you this $50 though, if you tell
But
me
I'ma give my
anything,
kid too.
exactly. If you tell me you want to go out this weekend, I got him every weekend.
Yeah.
If you tell me you want to do this, he want to play for sports, I'll be at every game. If you
Yeah.
so that's
I'll
the
buy
part.
the
That's the
stuff
part
for
we
you.
have where people will be like,
But
man, I get us
child
$50, and then
support
they
is
think
built
they
as
think.
a building block. Child
No,
support
no,
is built as
I
a
agree with
building
you. That's
block.
just
Yeah,
systematic. So I agree with that. But I'm speaking on us as in general. So I'm saying
Yeah.
like what people can do. Like you don't have to be the wealthiest. You don't have to have the most money. It's other shit you can do. Like you might can't get your son everything you want. But look, son, I'm gonna give you this $50 when I save up and buy you these shoes. But I'll be at every motherfucking game.
Let me
I'll be
say-
at
What
every
about those
PTA
people who
meeting.
pay like
I'll be at.
$8,000 a month in child support.
That's what I'm saying. It's a default, right? My dad
To-
was the best dad in
No,
the
no,
whole
I mean,
entire world.
okay.
He was in jail for a majority of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never gave me a penny. I still got a birthday card on my birthday. I still got a call at 12 o'clock on my birthday. Like, that man set the standard. He is in prison. He can't even use the phone like that. He's calling to tell me happy birthday. What you mean you can't, come see
I mean,
your
but
daughter?
that's
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
easy.
So, it is.
It's easy. Like
It
if you
is,
like
but
like
it's effort. It's effort.
No, you're right, but that's
Priorities.
easy. Like if like I can write, bro. I used to write people poems and everything when I was in jail because they be like, bro, I'm trying to
Yeah,
write my
time.
kid a poem.
But
like
you
have
thinking
it,
about me.
But I'm saying you had that time, so people used to pay me to write their poems.
Yeah.
I'll write a poem and be like, look, bro, but like so.
I didn't know you were poetic, bro.
Come on, bro. I do that shit, bro. Like, yeah, I can write
That's dope,
I can
bro.
write
That's good shit.
I wrote my grandma a poem for her birthday. I do that shit. I just be cooling. You feel me? Like, but yeah, so I can write. You know what I'm saying? I can write a dude you literally used to pay you like, bro, you write me a poem.
Yeah.
My daughter having a birthday, I write him a
Right,
good
right.
poem. You feel me? But like. It's more about like the effort. Like I ain't got shit to do. Of course I can write a poem. You know what I'm saying? I can't compare. I ain't had no kid at the time, but if I did, I can't compare it to what the mother going through. My
Right.
poem might be heartfelt. It might came from the heart, but that still
So,
don't matter. The struggle
as a
that the mother
mother-
had to put through and had the sacrifices she had to take. Fuck that poem at the end of the day
Exactly.
compared to that. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. So as
You know
a
what I'm
mother,
saying?
right? Like as a mother. So again, my son's dad is my favorite like out of all of them, right? Because he just don't do shit in his business. My daughter's that he don't do shit in my business, right?
Yeah.
So he uses my daughter as a ploy almost. Just being honest.
See, I feel like you like him because it's like he make it easy, but it's
doesn't.
like no. I'm talking about the other
hell
one.
yeah.
So to you, it's like you just
Life
out
is
my
easy.
way. But
Because
like,
you got more control.
but imagine if goddamn he was like, man, nah, fuck that. I want to know when his PTA meeting is. I want to goddamn.
Great if you show up. If you ask and you don't show up, what's the point of you asking? That's
Exactly.
A
So I'm saying it's a different
that's
thing.
Where people play with that kid.
That's when you're dealing with a different type of man because.
But that's when people play with that kid.
You're right, but it's a different. That's why I say you're dealing with a different type of father because if that's my kid, like I don't give a fuck if I can have $50 to my name, Shawty. If you tell me my son got this, look, he made like I'm gonna come up there. You want me to eat lunch with you, son? I'll be up there. If you need me to goddamn whatever, you
That's
getting bullied, nigga. We going to school. Who you got a problem with?
Character
You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it kind of depends on. So everything not financial. I try to tell that to people. Some people think that, man, I give my son $1,000 every month. That shit don't mean nothing, bro. Like you might give your son $1,000. I might give my son $100, but I might be I'm there active. If he wake up with a nightmare, come here, son. I got you.
Now,
That's what I'm saying.
the question, what you say? I mean, it's a
That's
damn
exactly
good
what I'm
point.
saying.
But the question you got to ask is, do the mothers realize that?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to. That's why I said what I
But
said.
let me tell you how me and my daughters that got here to this point, because I asked for the other stuff first.
Yeah.
I don't just ask for money. I don't need your money. I got my own money. Like I don't want your money. I don't. That's the last thing I want from you. I've never asked. Even my son's dad, I never asked for a penny.
Okay.
Because time is invaluable. Like I can't give you time back. You feel me?
Right.
So if you take time to teach my son this or teach my son that, boom. Like that's nothing I can ever replace. You feel me? So I want you to give my son those things that I can't do. Because as a woman raising a man, there's a lot of things I lack. I don't know all of the struggles y'all go through as a man. I'm a woman. You feel me?
I agree with you
it's
wholeheartedly.
but there's a lot of things I can't teach a man. You feel me? So like I'm gonna do those things, but I can't do them exceptional.
So why do women, if you're saying what you're saying is true, why do, and obviously you're just one woman, you can't speak for women, but I'm sure you have friends and people who have kids and you've seen some situations. Why is it that people think or women think that if I go through the system, if I let this judge decide what's best for my family, that things are going to be better?
Oh, let me tell you, because firsthand experience, because I did that. Because I have tried every avenue, right? Even Martin Luther King, he said, we'll talk, we'll fight, we'll do everything that we need to do. We're going to go peaceful first, right? Malcolm X, he said, nah, we're not talking because they're not listening.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a combination of that.
Okay.
I talked. I asked. I set up so many different things. I was like, we could do a count so you can see where everything is going. I made compromises. Still wasn't enough, right? So, all right, cool. You still not just doing what you need to do. So let me just get the man involved because now I need reinforcement, right?
Now, let
we
me
do
ask-
that
I
as a
agree with
person.
I said I agree with what you
Now,
said.
let me ask. Well, go ahead.
I was about to say, and then when people speak about Martin Luther King, a lot of people don't know Martin Luther King changed his way of thinking before he got killed. His last speech he was speaking on, he said, I feel like I would lead my people into a burning building.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You get what I'm saying? So what he was saying was like, what I initially thought was right was wrong.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing you pretty much saying. You saying like what you thought initially was right was wrong.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna always be the situation where it's like, man, we gotta go for a different fight because I'm leading my people the wrong way. So you saying like I need a man, like every man not a man. That's what you gotta hold. Like you can't judge that man off of the next man because you right. If he won't doing what he was supposed to do, you did right by going to the people. Like you supposed to do that. If he won't gonna help you, if he won't gonna assist you, but I'm telling you, if you would have got a man like me, a man like Peter, a man
But that's what I'm saying. It's the default, right?
nah, for sure.
Like the first
but you
time
did
it's
what you
comfort.
needed to
It's
do.
the
You
default.
did it what you
No,
needed to
funny
do
you
for
say
that
that.
situation. You did what you. So I can never knock
for
you.
our sisters,
It's funny
right?
you
Like
say
it's
that.
a default
I can
for
never
our
knock.
sisters.
It's not a default because
It is.
I can know because
Wait,
somebody
wait,
that
wait,
understand.
wait.
Somebody that understand. Somebody people don't understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So if somebody
It's a
don't understand
default
what
for
you,
your sister.
she's saying because they looking at it like why you got him going through this, why you put him on the system. But if that nigga ain't shit, he not willing to help his kid. He not willing to do that. I understand you putting him on that system. But if you got a man that's understanding and he telling you like, look, shawty, like I ain't rich. I got what I got going on. Whatever you need me with, I might don't have the money, but if you tell me, look, shawty, I'm trying to work these overtime, I just need you to be here with the kid.
But
Don't
it's
worry
the
about it.
default,
Don't
because
worry
there's
about it. I'll be
somebody
there to
in
get him.
their ear, right? Like my mom, thankfully, she's like a very wholesome person. Ashley, don't
You
put
said
that
in the
kid-
man ear?
No, in a woman's ear.
I'm about to
In a
say,
woman's ear.
whoever let somebody get in their ear, they not a real, like, you gotta stand
Let me
on what
tell
you,
you.
I stand on what I stand on. Like, can't nobody, Jesus Christ can come down here and tell he not gonna change how, if I stand on that shit, that's what I stand. I'm gonna die on it. You
As
get what I'm
should.
saying?
But let me
feel
tell you. So as you're having a kid, you're pregnant for 9 months.
For
right?
sure.
So people at least at the bare minimum, you say you didn't even know I was pregnant, right? At the very bare minimum, they'll know you're pregnant for at least 4 months. So that's 4 months there in your mind,
Yeah.
right? Then you got the first year. You're not even completely yourself because you're going through that postpartum, all of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
whatever. So there's people who are in your ear. So that's at least at the very minimum 12 months that your mind is mush. You feel me? So if you got those people infiltrating your mind, like
Yeah.
telling you, "Oh, girl, what? He ain't pick up the baby this weekend like he was supposed to." Put his ass on child
let me
support.
ask you one question. Would you believe that also had to do with your age?
Heck yeah, but that's not just my age.
No. What I'm saying that because the way I think I'm 30. How old am I? I'm 25 now. I'm 33. I'm 33. But the way I think at 33, I didn't think at 22.
Of course.
You get
My
what I'm
daughter's
saying?
dad is 8 years older than me.
But
And they don't despite it because some people grow
still
differently.
get
So
manipulated.
what I'm saying is the way, and then sometimes we just deal with piece of shit people.
We
Like
do.
it might be like I don't give a fuck. He could be 50. You get what I'm saying? He
Most
might just been a
definitely.
piece of shit. You
I
get what I'm saying?
have to own accountability for
Bro.
a lot of this because I seen who these people was before I had these kids with them
Yeah,
at
the
the
red
same
flag.
time.
But you also were
Red,
young.
right?
But I didn't see
But
him
you
because
didn't.
I was colorblind.
Or
You was also
I
you
was
was also
colorblind.
you. Nah, it wasn't even that.
I was.
You was also young. Like
Yeah.
I realized this, y'all. That when they told me that your brain didn't fully develop till you 25, I really understood that shit because the shit that I was willing to do.
But let me ask you
Before I
this.
was 25, I was willing to do some wild shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now it's like, look at a nigga tell me to do something or anything
So-
like that. It's like my man go, like, bro, you tripping, bro. You know, like
about to
when
do
I was
that.
18, 19, bro, I'm with this shit. It ain't even because like I might have came up with the idea, but my man wouldn't even let me to process the consequences or anything that'll come with that shit. Now I think about everything. I think from A to Z. I don't think from A to B. I think from
So
A
what
to
if
Z.
you
like,
had
bro.
somebody who already thought A to Z for you and they told you this is the result?
A lot of times he probably wouldn't. Maybe
Which,
he wouldn't
which,
listen.
which,
Maybe
which,
he would.
which,
Maybe he
which,
wouldn't
what you
listen.
mean if I had somebody that speak from A to Z?
So
Like a
you asked me
father,
about
you
my
mean?
age. No.
okay.
You asked me about my age.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have anything to do with me being impressionable? No.
I believe
like-
it do.
It probably did, but I had my daughter and it was the same conversation. You feel me? I had my son at 15. I had my daughter at 27.
Yeah.
Big difference.
But
12
listen.
years. But hold up,
Okay,
right?
I'm gonna let you.
So if you got an expert, somebody comes to you and tell you, look, Jamel, look, this is what you want to do. I know you want to build this right here, but this is not a good place because this ground sinks, right? It falls
Yeah.
to the ground. You're going to be like, all right, well, look, I paid you for your opinion. You did it. This is what you said. All right,
Yeah.
I believe you, right? That's
For
how
sure.
it happens. That's how easy it is. Inception is the biggest power, right?
Yeah.
If they plant something in us and they feel like we made it a good idea, it's going to be that. So it doesn't matter if you're 15, if you're 55.
I mean, it depends on you
I
because
disagree.
I'm about to say it depends on you because if you tell me some shit like me at motherfucking 18, the people I looked up to and the
Way
people
more
I asked
impressionable.
questions, I was way more
Yeah, of
impressionable.
course.
Me right now, it's not. You
Of
gotta
course
be
you're
like
gonna be
you
more
would have to.
impressionable, but
No,
at
I'm
the
talking
end
about
of
you
the
got
day,
it. No, I'm talking about you have
everybody
to.
is still impressionable.
Nah, but now at the age I am, at the age I'm at now, like you gotta really walk on water to improve.
Let me ask- let me-
You
let
gotta
me-
tell
hold
me
up, let me-
right
let me
now.
ask
You gotta
y'all
really
one-
walk on water.
Let me
Who's your
ask
biggest
y'all one
idol?
question.
I don't have no idol. I look
All
at
right,
my I look
so
at
if your
myself.
mom came to you tomorrow, you said, "Look, mom, my son, he crying. He just won't stop crying. I check this. I check this. I check
You
this."
can-
But hold
You
up.
can ask my mama, and my
She
mama
gonna
will tell
tell
you I
you
debate with my mama.
That's not
She
really.
gonna tell you, Jamel, check this. He probably
Yeah,
got
but
this.
that's not really.
Listen
That's
what I'm
impression.
no
That's
listen
how
listen
love
listen what I'm
is.
telling you.
Yes.
Listen what
That's
I'm at the point
experience.
in my
That's
life.
wisdom.
I'm at the point in my
Yeah,
life.
but
If
that's
my
not
mama
really
tell me something,
impressionable.
listen,
So
I'm at the point in my
listening to
life.
Somebody else's
Listen,
experience.
I'm at the point in my life where if my
I
mama
don't
tell
think
me
it's
something
the
that I
same
don't
thing.
agree with, I'm gonna stand on business on what I believe in because
You
I'm at
are.
the point where I know.
Yeah, you got your
like
own identity.
so it's
Yeah.
it's nothing
You're
my
not
mother.
vulnerable.
It's not. It ain't even that. I'm vulnerable.
because he knows
I
who
deal with
he
all that
is.
shit. I know who I am. I'm
Yeah.
confident who I
He
am.
knows who
So my mama can tell me, son, I don't think that girl you dealing with. I don't think. I'm like, nah, man, she 100.
Exactly.
She showed me she 100. You get what I'm saying?
Versus when you're young.
She, when I was younger, my mama would have told me that shit. I'd have been like,
Exactly.
you don't like her mom?
Oh, for real?
Man, fuck her then. I ain't. Yeah, I agree with you. Damn, to the point where it's like,
Facts.
if my mama tell me some shit, I'm like,
Facts.
nah,
Bro.
man, she 100.
Bro, do you
wanna know why she 100?
do
When I
you
was in that
know,
motherfucker,
bro, do you know
shot the-
if I
yeah.
date somebody
Yeah.
and they tell me, like, I mean, this was when I was like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about late 20s. If they tell me, yeah, like, I be talking to my mom about everything, like, you know, I cut it off.
Yeah.
I don't even waste my time.
Why?
The reason, he said, why? Because your mama got too much influence.
She got too much.
in your
She got
life.
more influence than you.
Way
you
too
don't even
much.
make your own decisions.
Way
Point
too
proven.
much.
Point proven.
Way
You don't
too-
make your own
what do you mean
decisions.
Point proven. Your mom has so much influence in your life. You're willing to cut somebody off that you got all of these feelings for. Your
No,
feelings.
No, that ain't what he said. He
That's not what I said.
said
I said the opposite of
he
that.
said if
the
goddamn if she come to him and she saying, "Oh, I don't want to mess with you because my mama said this," then he cutting her off because you pretty much trying to influence his decision
That's
based
it.
off what you trying to
If
sway
she-
his
if she
decision.
tells me
I'm gonna make
that
a
I talk
conscious
to my mama about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not dating her because I already
So-
know that you can't make a decision on your own.
But that
You gotta get that validation
There
for your
you
mama.
go.
So
You
I'm
need
dating your
somebody
mama.
else
I'm not
to
dating.
validate your
So-
I'm not
so
dating
let's look at
Ashley.
that.
I'm dating Ashley mama.
So let's look at it like that, right? So
I'm
let's
dating
look at it
Ashley
like
mama.
that. Because being realistic, a lot of guys like girls like that because they can control them,
Fuck
right?
that.
If you feel like
That shit is a
if you
headache.
listen to everything your mom says, you're gonna listen to everything I say because I'm that new voice.
Not
in your head.
necessarily.
Hold on.
But I feel you.
That's their ideology because that's
Okay.
what happened, right? Like
You
I
agree
was
with that,
going-
Mel?
I agree if the man weak. And I'm gonna give you an example. My shorty try that shit on me, bro. I'm just a stand up nigga. I stand on business, bro. A nigga when I say can't nobody tell me nothing, I'm talking about can't nobody tell me nothing. Now if you giving me something that's game and that's educational I can learn from it, I'll take it. But you can't, if my mind is made up, bro, I don't give a fuck with it. It can be some bullshit. I can be like, bro, I'm about to go take this nigga head off. You feel me? It's nobody that can talk. I have to talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't always have that power. I used to have that power where a motherfucker can sway me. Whatever decision I make, I consciously make that decision. That means I sat there, I thought about A through Z. I know it can go left.
What brought you to that
Growth,
ability?
growth, bro, and dealing with my in accountability,
experiences that
in
you've
the
had,
experiences,
right?
in accepting
Right.
whatever. I'm willing to accept. So if somebody tell me, if a motherfucker be like, bro, for instance, if a motherfucker be like, bro, somebody did something to your son, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to go to jail for 100,000 years.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm cool with it. Like I wouldn't go there and be like, man, I can't believe I go in that bitch and sit back, put my leg up and be like, bro,
I'm
yeah, I
proud of
do
what I
that shit
did.
every
I'll do
time.
it
You
again.
feel me?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Cause I know what the fuck I do. Like anything I do, bro, like I don't hold grudges against nothing, bro. Like I tell you, I've been shot in my head, bro. I done been in prison, bro. Everything I did, I made a conscious decision, bro. So whatever the fuck I did, I go in that bed and I lay in that motherfucker, bro. I don't sit back and ask for sympathy. I don't be like,
But so
See,
let
that
me
right
say
there
it
is
like
being a
this.
man.
you know what I'm saying? I know, and that's what I learned about being a man. I said, bro, you just gotta take accountability for whatever it is you decide to do,
But-
bro. You get what I'm
But-
saying?
That's a fact.
But that's a very different breed, right? Like because how many times do we truly face the consequences of our actions, right? You did.
Every time I every
You
every
did.
every, every
You
time I
did.
face
You had to sit still. You had to really miss
time
out on life.
every time I faced it, it won't even the jail shit won't
But
about nothing.
I'm just saying,
You get
like,
what I'm
that's-
saying? But every time I
It's
faced
not
it,
people who always face those. I have to call myself out. Like I'll ground my son. I'll be like, you grounded for a month. No phone, no this, no that. All right, boom. After 3 weeks, sorry. You know what? Hit by your phone. Right? Like so. Damn.
and
You're
look,
not really feeling those
and
consequences.
you want to know what's a band? That's why I believe every household. That's
But still,
that's
it's
why I
not
believe.
fun.
That's why I believe
didn't
every
say no
household. That's why I believe household needs the balance. That's why I believe like even if you're not with the father, I believe you need that father figure because the woman is. She's emotional. She's more like that's the issue I believe I had with my mother. She was more emotional. Like my mom would be like, "Oh, you don't want to make good grades? Ain't no more basketball."
Back to
She don't know if I don't play basketball, that shit gonna make me worse. So now that I don't play basketball, I'm turned up. Fuck you talking about? I'm ready to run the nigga shit. I'm ready to do whatever. But if you would have just let me keep playing basketball, I would have been focused on what the fuck I need to do. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
But that's back to his original point.
no, that comes to a woman can't raise a man. So I
Exactly.
encourage everybody that if you see a situation where I tell Peter this, I say if you see a situation where it's not a father there, like if you can step up and be that anchor because I understand that I understand
And,
what the
bro,
fuck going on
that point
without you know what I'm saying
on that
a man
point,
being there.
This platform could be used, you know, not obviously directly, but indirectly in such a way where we want people, we would love for kids, young men actually, you know what I'm saying, growing up in age to kind of listen, like see what some of the stuff we went through and some of the stuff that you might be going through, like, or you might face in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because guess what? All of us gonna have kids. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us gonna have kids.
Yeah.
A lot of us gonna deal with the system, which I'm gonna be real. I've been letting them yell at each other. You know what I'm saying? I hate the system. I hate the court system. I respect the judge's authority, but I do not respect the judge's authority over families.
They power.
I don't like that shit. I think it ruins more families than it helps, personally. I think it's a scapegoat so that people who want control, who feel like they have the right to have control, to gain that control when, in actuality, they probably shouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that, but I've also seen it where they've helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
So clearly it's not all bad, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But, you can't say, we talked about this, the yin and yang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have good and bad and everything. But I do think that, like you said, people learn how to abuse and stuff like that. I feel like some people, oh yeah, I got with this guy, he make, you know what I'm saying, all this money. I want some of that. He don't want to marry me or whatever. I can get this money this way. Bro, I'm 32. I only have one kid.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why? Why do people only have one kid? Like, what's going on with that? Like,
I had my kid at 15 and my last one at 27.
right now,
It's a choice.
The relationship I'm in now, my girl don't need me for nothing. She good. She don't.
Yeah.
She could leave me today and have. I mean, she would be fine. You know what I'm saying? So, if we have a kid together, I feel a little bit more confident about having a child with her.
That's what made me confident in my situation.
Yeah.
It's like, because I was in a situation where it's like, Shawty was good, and like we got together, and it was like I had my own shit, she had her own shit, so it's like my money flowing. She got her situation going, like everything was good, so it's like I don't really need. She don't need me. You know what I'm saying? She actually helped me when cause like I went through the bottom, bro. Like I was in that bitch fucked up. I couldn't even see the fuck was in front of me. So she stayed with me through that, and it showed me like her character far as that. You get what I'm saying? It's like,
but that's what it goes back to, character test. Everything that we go through is a character test.
You gotta go
even
through something.
Even if you, like, back to your point with the religion, right? Like the book of Job,
Yeah.
right? He went through all of that. It's a character test.
Yeah.
You can have everything made. Everything will be here for you at your bedside. But what you gonna do when it goes away? Right? That's the determination
out.
of that act, right?
Yeah.
So, even patience, right? We ask for patience. Patience isn't waiting. Patience is waiting peacefully.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's a bigger scale on all of these things. So even when you have the kids, you have to be conscious of everything. Like every decision you make. Like you said, you gave up your Camaro. Like you said, you started being more conscious. Like, here you go, son, talk to your mom, talk to your grandma, and then here go the baby, right? We become conscious of things. So consciousness is our superpower. If we're not conscious of these things, we'll never be able to change it.
nah, for
So
sure.
that's why
I'm
you
a
have
real
to have
gangster,
that
bro.
balance.
Funny.
I'm a real gangster, bro. So when I say that, I don't say that to glorify it. Like I say, like what I'm doing now is not what I expected to do.
No, it's never, because
No.
life is not expected.
No, what I'm saying is I had to make a conscious decision to not do this shit, Sean.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm
Because
saying?
of how
Cause
you grew
like,
up.
cause
What
not
was the
even just
words
how
you
I
said?
grew up, because how I am, bro.
But what
like
was the word
sometimes,
that you said? Conscious.
sometimes that shit be in me, bro. I be like, bro, you know what I can.
It's in all of us.
You know what I can do, bro. Like I be like, I can wake up tomorrow, bro, and you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I can wake up tomorrow and be back in the mix, and I'm talking about back
All
in the
of
mix
us.
with a point where everybody can't say that because everybody ain't live that life I live. I'm talking about like,
But it's a conscious mindset, right?
Yeah,
Everything
but a lot of-
that we do, just like
So you
being
remember-
loyal to your partner,
you
right?
remember
It's a
earlier-
conscious thing. There's always going to be somebody
for
bad.
sure.
It's always going to be somebody
For
richer.
sure,
It's,
for sure,
it's
for
a
sure.
conscious decision we
Nah,
make
for
every
sure.
day. So you have to choose that. Back
For
to the
sure.
free will, right? Like you have free
sure.
will to
Okay.
either be your best or to
There you
not.
go.
for sure.
You
You
feel
right.
me?
So you remember what I was saying?
You
that's what I'm saying.
you right, and I just say that as when I say that I'm talking about financially, like
But y'all
I have to
arguing
go
the same
about,
point.
I have to go about. Nah, you right. I'm saying like I have to go about it a different way. Like I had to learn. What I had to learn from my situation is like it's cool to like not rush it. Like I used to,
yeah.
like I'm a motherfucker. Like I go get it. You feel me? Like I came home, I hit
Always.
the ground running. Like I won't waiting for nothing. I won't ask nobody for nothing. I still don't ask nobody for nothing. But like I literally hit the ground running. Like and when I say I hit the ground running, I'm talking about I was doing shit I probably shouldn't have been doing. I was
But
in the mix.
100%,
I was in the mix of, but like only thing that changed me, I would still have this. Only thing changed is my kids. If I ain't have kids, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. Like I would be like, I was like, I was amongst the vault. I'm not a nigga that's like a lot of people perpetrate who they are and what they done. Like I'm a nigga that was really with the like I really go to the bottom, bro. Like I would go around the worst of the worst, bro, and fit in around that bitch. Like this what it is. I'm in here. This what fuck we about to do. I'm about to goddamn make X amount of dollars. I'm about to, but I sat back like, damn, you see where that shit can lead me to. That shit can get me killed. You know what I'm saying? That shit can get me.
So that's the whole thing, right?
Conscious.
Because that's my goal, right?
Yeah.
Is to have like that center where people can come to, because there's so much shame in everything that we carry, right? Like even in the Bible, if you're religious, right? Even in the Bible, it says those who know they're wrong, they're gonna come through the windows. They're not coming through the front door because they know they're wrong. They don't want to be seen. Sure. That's who we are as people, right? Sure. So when we know we're doing something wrong, we go behind the curtains, right? We're not walking out proudly. Just if we're doing it right. So even for our kids, right? If I know for a fact I'm paying for this medicine, I'm walking to the counter. Here you go. The money right here. If I got to take it because I need this medicine for my kid, I'm going to put it in my purse.
Do you believe your circumstances can make you feel like that? Because I felt like this. I felt like what I was doing wasn't wrong until I realized it was wrong.
Yes.
If it makes sense, like
because it's about your environment.
You said what made me?
At what point did you?
Bro, when I look at my kids, bro, like that shit gave me like I ain't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I wasn't scared of nothing. I ain't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I'm talking about jail, dying. I ain't give a fuck about nothing, bro. Like I literally like I'm willing to like I didn't give a fuck about nothing, bro. Like I had zero fear. So now. My fear is like, damn, bro, I can't leave my kids, bro. Like, I know what it felt like not to have a father. I know what you get what I'm saying? So now it's like, I don't think for myself. I think about whole respect. I think about the kid. I even think about everything. I think about my mama. I think about my grandma. I think about, damn, I'm going to let everybody down. You know what I'm saying? But first, it goes to my kids. But it's like, before that, because I'm only living for me, now I got something. So it's like, bro, it's like, at one point in time, I was living for me. So it's like, I'm cool with like accepting whatever come with me, bro. Whether it be death, whether it be penitentiary, whatever it be a fucked up situation. I'm cool. I swallow that shit. Now it's like, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I just look at how my son act when he can't see his daddy. Like, I can imagine how he would move on in life without me being there. Because I'm always there. So you get what I'm saying?
To bring it to the topic of the video and the purpose of this video or this episode, what would you say to young kids, male or female, growing up? I would that think the way you think. I would thought the way you I would think tell the way you I would tell a kid, man, you mean something, bro. Like you hold value. It's a lot more living out there to do, even if you don't have kids. Like, don't crash out so early. Like, live your life, bro. Like, don't look at life for what it is. Like, look at what it could be. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like, oh, I ain't living for nobody. I don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying, going on or whatever, because, like, you never know. Like, it might be a whole girl that's have your baby on the way that you don't even know about. Period. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when I was in the hospital, bro, Tools tied to me, bro. I didn't know I had a kid. She had to tell me this shit. She's like, I ain't know when to tell you. Like, she pregnant, holding my kid. She ain't know when to tell me because I didn't even know who she was at one point. You know what I'm saying? A bullet in your head changed everything. So I didn't even know who the fuck she was at one point. So it's like, she telling me like, oh, I got some good news though. We having a baby. Like, that shit had me lit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the shit go from like how I'm talking to y'all, bro. I can be talking, I'm talking to her like, just regular. Like, you might be like, damn, bro, all right. This how my situation was in the hospital, bro. I'm talking to y'all, and then next day you might come see me, bro. I might be in that bitch, can't talk. Tools all to me. Like, I'm in that bitch like, damn. Doctor like, man, I don't know, this nigga about to die. You feel me? Like, we don't know what the fuck going on. So it's just like, it just showed me like, man, it's so much going on, but like at the end of the day, God got the final say. So like, you gotta make conscious decisions. So that's the only thing I live by now. So it's like, it's nobody that can't nobody really persuade me or tell me anything about my life or what I got going on. Like, everything I do, like, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, if you make sense, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? If it's anything that can help me or help my situation, I'm gonna take it. But it's like, when somebody talking any form of negative, like, man, look, bro, you got it, goddamn, bro. You know what you can be doing. You know what you can be doing right now. You could be goddamn, because I know what I can be doing. If I be like, bro, I know me. Like, bro, you can goddamn get out there. You can easily goddamn do this and do that and be living this type of way. But I'm like,
what's the risk versus reward?
Right.
Yeah.
I can be behind a jail cell for 100,000 years,
That's
can't
what it
even get to
boils
my
down
son,
to.
or I can be dead. Like I was there, bro. Like people ask, like people be like, damn, what happened when you died, bro? I was dead, bro. Like I was shot. Like I don't remember shit. Like I was gone, bro. I ain't see no fucking afterlife. I didn't talk to nobody. Like I was hooked to tubes. I was out. I was out of there. You feel me? So like,
did it feel like you were asleep?
bro, it felt like nothing, bro. So it made me feel like now, like I ain't scared of shit. Only thing I'm scared of is not being here for these kids. Like it got to the point now where it's like I ain't gonna say I do no crash dummy shit, but it just got me to the point where it's like now, like I'm like, bro, I'm just here for them, bro. I'm living.
You ready for the world?
So my
Exactly.
Behind your kids, because you did that behind yourself. So if that's what you did behind
Exactly.
yourself, you'll do anything behind your kids.
Exactly.
And that's
So
what it
it's
is.
like if they tell me like, bro, you can like, man, when I lost my daughter, bro, like I told God like you could take me.
That's how it is.
Just let her live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still lost her. Don't nobody know I did this, but this is what I told God. Like, man, shit, bro. I don't.
But
You
that's what
feel
it
me?
comes
Like,
to.
you can have me.
Yeah.
Just make sure she good. You feel me? She still,
That's
you know,
what it comes
she
to.
still
You know,
ain't
Like,
make it, but I
It's
made
like
it
you
out my
said,
situation.
right? What
you know
do you
I'm
tell
saying?
the kids, right? So even my son, he has like the mind of somebody that's been here before, like a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. I'd be like, oh my God, really? What was I getting myself into? But I was talking to him, you know, we had the talk because he's 15 now. So,
Yeah.
you know, we got to have that talk. I'm a woman, so it's a little awkward. But anyways, I told him, I was like, you don't want no kids at a young age. It's not easy. He's like, but you did it. I said, I did, but you could do it better. Right?
100.
Like, it's manageable. It's possible. But if you don't have to go through this fight, this struggle, why would you? Right? So if I tell you, bro, you can walk upstairs or you can walk up this little, you know, maze, what you gonna do? You're gonna take the stairs. Take
Nah,
the
for
easy
sure.
way. Take the easy way. Why have kids at a young age and you gotta go through so many things? Yes, there was a lot of character building moments. Yes, there was a lot of things that made me the woman I am today.
Yeah.
But I probably still would have ended out to be this woman had I waited. You feel me? So yeah, you can do it. You can manage it. You can do all of those things. Why do it? Like why rush the experience?
sometimes I
though?
believe your story make you though. Like I don't
It
think
does,
I don't
for
think
sure.
I don't think you would be the same person if you didn't go through what you went
Most
through.
definitely, I
So-
wouldn't. But
so-
my son not built for that.
Nah,
My
you
son is
nah,
built for
but
it. Yeah.
that's your goal. Like you know that. Like that's
Yeah.
the same way I feel. Like I'm like man, everything I went through, like I don't even want to put him through. So like why the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I know that. So like
I
why?
disagree with y'all a little bit.
What you disagree
just a
about?
tad bit. I want my daughter to go through some stuff.
She does need to go through some stuff because
I don't want
yes,
to shelter her.
but not
No. You. I get what you saying.
From like the
I get-
nonsense.
I get what
or
I get what
some
you
of the
I get what you're saying, but we're talking about on
but the
on
extremes, right?
on the extreme. This is all. This
okay.
is only speaking on extreme.
Yeah.
Like if you, of course, you don't
I'm
want
lit.
no.
I'm
You don't.
hella lit, so I just let
But no, because I had to go through
You
that
don't want your
sometimes.
kid to like not
No,
went
I
through
don't-
nothing because it don't build no character. But like I don't want the extreme. You don't want your daughter to be like, man, I got a kid at 16,
Yeah.
17.
But, so let me tell you,
You know
how
what
that
I'm saying?
looks in real life,
Sabrina,
right?
if you ever watch this,
So let me
don't do it.
let me tell you how that looks in real
Don't
life.
do that.
I had my kid at 15.
We're gonna
and
have problems.
I took marketing, right? Like I took up marketing, so I was making money like weekly, every
Yeah.
week. You know, like because you get paid off of your sales. I had to ask for stuff. I couldn't get this. I couldn't get that. Like I wasn't a designer girl because we couldn't afford it. My son, you want this? Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Now my son think I made the money. So now guess what I am? I'm in the reconstruction phase. Like nah, bro. You know. So even like I said, I put him on punishment. Like he's like, oh, well, can I help our neighbor? Da-da. I was like, no. He was like, but mom, she's our neighbor. I said, so I want you to think of this every time you fuck up.
Yeah.
You're not fucking up just you. You fucking up your community. You
Yeah.
feel me?
That's a good
So,
way to think.
so that's a hard thing to put
Good
him
way
into
to
place,
think, yeah.
right? Because I gave him everything that I did not have because I don't want my child to go without. You
This
feel
is-
me?
You
But
want to
do
know
have to have
something?
that struggle.
I would tell you about that. You right. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to make up for the father not being there, but also be careful of what you punish your son about, far as like in those situations, because
Loyalty. That's
Bec-
what I punished him for. Loyalty.
I get that, but I'm talking about like
Yeah.
because I feel I believe like that's the reason my mother might have did certain things like, oh, you don't want to make X amount, you don't want to make good grades or something like that. And it's like sometimes if your kid do some shit, like your kid can get to a point where he feel like, man, fuck it.
That's
And
what's so tough. That's where I'm at.
No,
Literally
that's
where I'm at.
no,
I'm
no, no.
literally at
But
that crossroads.
this why I'm saying, because
Yeah.
women don't be understanding that. So
Hell
I'm
no.
telling you that from a kid that's seen it from the other side. I'm on the other side of you. Like
welcome.
I'm seeing that, like,
need this.
Like
Help me.
my mother had me at 16, so I
Help
see
me.
it. So what I'm saying is, like, so my mama would do the same shit. Oh, you don't want to make good grades. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to do that. Oh, you ain't playing basketball. So shit, by you taking that away from me, you
don't
ain't
got
do
nothing to
nothing
live
but
for.
made me worse.
Yeah.
In a sense, you get what I'm saying? Like, and that wasn't her intentions. Her intentions was pure. You know what I'm saying? Her intentions was like, oh nah, I'm gonna make sure he do this until he get his grades up. But it made me into a motherfucking savage. It made me be like, man, shit.
Well,
I
and
ain't-
see, I had a lot of that coming
I-
up because that's how my mom was. My mom was
Yeah.
very like black and white. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to, and I'm probably not accurate because I'm biased. I'm talking about me, you know. But I be trying to look at it from every perspective. I be like, son, you know, I know school is hard. That's cool. I ain't even tripping about that. But you lied to me.
I'm
Look in my eyes
I'm
and
telling you
lied.
something from a man though, or
Yeah.
something that you can never be. So
Oh,
you gotta
no, I'll
look at
never
it
be
from
one.
exactly. So I'm
Yeah.
telling you where you gotta see it. Like, my point of view, like this, right? Say for instance, my son, I got a son. So say for instance, God willing, I'm here to see my son. He's at 15, 16. And he started fucking up in school. But I know for a fact my son like boxing. He like soccer. He like basketball. I wouldn't take the one thing he liked. Because if you take the one thing he like, what do he got to look forward to?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, like, look, we got to get this shit right. We got to get these grades right. We got to get everything. We have to get.
Maybe you could do like rewards in that thing. Like if he loves boxing, look, if you do well, I'll get you those gloves you love.
I might
Or I'll
tell
get
you this.
this.
I might say you can't play in the games, but you gonna go to practice, son.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But if you take everything from me, you know how that'll make you feel. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm going to practice. That'll make me like, I gotta get my grades up because I want to play.
yeah.
I'm practicing. They see me. I'm putting this work in. But if I just say, oh nah, your grades bad, you ain't doing no basketball. That's gonna make me be like, man, that shit got me to the point, bro, where I didn't give a. Where I didn't give a.
Or it could make him more angry. It could.
That's
Right.
no, that's
It
what
goes
that's
back
look
to
that's
perspective.
exactly what I'm telling you. It got me to the point where I didn't give a fuck, bro.
So you don't
I
know-
played basketball at Lafayette my
depends on
last
the
year of
person.
basketball. Like, that's how good I was in sports, bro. I stopped playing basketball. I didn't play basketball. I played basketball my freshman year. I didn't play junior, sophomore, none of that shit. I just went back in my senior year, made the team, and started.
Yeah.
So that just shows you, like, I didn't like. So imagine if I would have just been a motherfucker that, like, man, I'm locked in on basketball. I probably could have got a scholarship.
yeah.
I ain't gonna say I would have went to the NBA, but I could have
but you
probably
never
got.
know.
But I literally played my freshman year and didn't play again until my senior year.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So imagine if I would have been like, you get what I'm saying? And it was partly to me, partly towards my, like, it was more mainly to me. Some shit with my mama, like, if you don't make a grade, you not playing. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like that's not a punishment, because it's like, if I don't play basketball, what else I'm gonna do? You still going to work. So when you ain't playing work, now I'm
Right.
selling weed.
Yeah.
Now I'm running the niggas' crib. Now
So
I'm
that's
doing
where
this.
It boils
You
back
get
down
what
to
I'm saying?
perspective because you have to teach the lesson. You have to teach the whole lesson.
But it's hard for a mama.
It
It's hard
is.
for a mother
It
to
is.
relate, because a mother, like, regardless of how great of a mother you are, you don't know how your son think, because
But
it's-
that's where it comes personal, right?
he got a
So-
man mind frame. You
He
get what I'm
does.
saying? And you only like I tell you, a man only gonna take so much. Like, I always bring this scenario up. It was a motherfucking dog, bruh. They was raising a lion cub, and they said we can't raise the lion cub. We need a dog because a human can't relate to this dog.
Right.
So the dog was able to growl at the lion and make the lion submit. A human wouldn't have been able to do that. So whenever the lion realized that he was playing too tough with his mama, playing too tough with his daddy, if the daddy dog growled at him, he would know to submit because he respected that as his father. So that's the point I'm getting at. Like, you pretty much have to have them checks and balances. Like, if you don't have them
But
checks
so what
and
if I
balances,
told you I was that person that know I need a dog to help me raise my lion? You feel me?
I
so
agree
that's
with-
what I'm saying.
No, I agree.
So
I
it's
agree
just
with
about
you.
perspective. Because when I teach my son, I teach him like,
I
bro,
agree
do you
with
know
you.
why you here? Do you know why you on punishment? It's not
agree.
because you're grazed. It's because of this, right?
agree with
like
you.
loyalty is live or die. You feel me?
But listen to the scenario I
feel you.
made. So what you saying, you're right.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying, I
regardless,
agree.
that you the same shit you saying, that's the same shit my mama did. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
verbatim.
But I know, so that's why I reach out. Like I'm very blessed that I have a network that I can reach out
If you
to,
do, that's
know?
why I say. So if you do have people that can step up and do
So
that,
like granddad and
then that's whoever you have that can come in that situation.
Somewhat, granddad, but
Whoever
his
you have in that
uncle's
situation that can come and growl. And it don't even matter. I had grandfathers and too, but you need an active. You need a motherfucker.
You need somebody that's
you need
there,
an
like,
active father, like
The
a,
right one though, because
No,
the
for
right
sure.
one, because
For sure.
my daughter's dad was an influence for my son, so now I'm recorrecting those issues because we don't speak on that enough too. Because us as women, please don't beat me up, but because I know how to fight. But you know what I'm saying? Like us as women, we feel like because this man is good for us, he's good for our kids. That's not always the case because sometimes that man will prioritize that woman.
I'll tell you this though, I was a single dad for a long time. Pretty much, Sabrina's mom and I broke up for when Sabrina was like 2, I think, and she's about to be 11, so that was a long time ago. And I've always been, if you're dating me, you're dating both of us.
Period.
I've always been that way.
1000.
You know what I'm saying? And some people would say, yeah, I'm great with kids, because they're trying to, it's the bait, right? They throw the bait out, and I get it, like, and sometimes they wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, I think I did expose my daughter to a little bit too much, or too many different things, I should say. So she might, fuss at me one day about that. I'll accept that. But I did the best I could at the age I was.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we're talking about having kids while we were young, so like that's kind of, that was one of my mistakes. If you will. You know what I'm
I got you.
That's human.
Yeah.
At 15, what do you think I was doing? I didn't know who was who. Like I thought my friends was my friends. Like I thought they was like godsends. God put these people personally in my life.
Right.
You feel me? So like that's not the case because the people I thought was my friends was not my friends.
Right.
The people who I didn't think was my friends, they was the ones at my back. You feel me?
True.
So that's what I always teach my son. I'm like, people will be your friends like in your face all the time, but it's about when you're not there.
Right.
If I would have had a kid
go ahead.
at 15, my son probably would be fucked up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Based off the shit that I was doing and the way that I thought how life was. So like I'm blessed that I was able to have my child. Blessed that I went through trials and tribulation from prison to everything that made me the person I am. Because if I had my child at 15, like the shit that I thought that shit was cool. So I would have been, you get what I'm saying? Like I tell you, I smoked blunts with my daddy, bro. Like so the shit that I would have been, I would have been accustomed to thinking like that was normal or cool.
But it's
I don't look at that shit now. Like I would like, but I wouldn't dare smoke a blunt with my son. You get what I'm saying?
Like, I would like if I had a son I'd probably smoke. Like, if I was in a job where I could.
Yeah.
I don't have a job where I can smoke weed, but if I had a job where I could do that, I would smoke weed with my son. I don't look at it the same way. And
No.
Let me the reason why I say
I get
that
what
is
you
because,
saying.
like,
Yeah.
It's a bond. It's a force of nature.
It's like I don't look at marijuana as being this bad thing like a lot of people, not a lot of people because it's pretty much illegal now, but some people do. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain things I wouldn't do with my son.
Yeah.
Like, with
You're
my
not
son.
gonna go on a 2-man with your son.
There you Whoa.
That's what they call it.
Time out.
That's what the young folks call it.
Look,
now.
I get what you say. I get what you saying, bro. And I'm gonna.
You heard what you
I get what. Yeah, I heard what you said, but I get what you saying. And I'm gonna tell you
Are
why.
you not lying? Okay.
Why? Nah, cause this shit ain't even
It's
nothing
serious,
laughable.
it's
So I'm gonna tell you why I get what you saying, but I disagree because a person brain not even developed to be smoking weed at 15. So if you tell your son like I would smoke weed with my son, you know what I'm saying? That's how that was. Time out. That was my father mentality. My father didn't feel like
You're saying
it was.
underage.
It wasn't. Yeah, we said 15.
Yeah.
If my son is 25, I don't have son, we can smoke till we choke.
Right,
I don't even smoke weed now, but I'm just saying like if my son was 25, that's different. But at 15. For my son to come, my dad to come in there and throw that weed, man, roll that shit up, son.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, bet.
Now I will say this.
Bet, dad.
I will say this.
But it gave me a different respect of my
What
father.
about alcohol?
Perspective.
What about like a beer?
None of that, bro.
Respect.
None of that because it's like
It's so interesting.
Time out, and it depends. It also depends on the relationship you have with your
I was
father.
gonna say.
No, listen. If you're with your son from, like right now,
I'm pretty sure I'll give my daughter a beer at 15.
Dig,
You won't.
drink a beer with me. I'm
dig
sure.
this though. Right now,
Same thing you won't.
look, right now, willingly, right now, bro. I had my son, and I could see myself drinking with my son at 15
Yeah.
because I'm here and I'm active, and I can tell him what the fuck is going on.
Right.
But I'm talking about me not being me being an absence of my son left and coming in there 10 years later, 12 years
That
later.
makes sense.
I don't want to be no bad example on.
sense.
And I'm not even
Because
saying
all you're doing is showing him negativity.
exactly.
I get it.
So if I'm telling him like, look,
That
son,
makes sense.
You not doing it.
No,
I get what you're saying. You saying that from a woman point of view, but I'm saying
actually, it might be better for you to do it with him than not.
Why?
Because he's gonna go do it with people who he shouldn't be doing it.
you know the
Correct.
You know the
Why?
first thing my mama told me when she found out I smoke weed? She said, just tell me you smoke. I said, all right, ma, I told you. And she was like, okay, that's cool. I guess she thought I was casually smoking.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm a big blunt smoker. Like, this what the fuck I do. I got pounds in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So when she realized I'm smoking like that, like, she like, oh, hell nah, this shit is a problem.
Yeah.
Because she thought it was just you get what I'm saying? My
casual.
mama, the goddamn, I'm talking about I'm 15, 16, I'm smoking a big ass blunt, me and my partner. My mama just looking at me in the window. Like, girl, why the fuck is my son out here smoking a blunt like he a grown ass man?
Yeah.
So her initial thing of me smoking, she thinking,
No, that's not. I disagree.
But that's why you
I
don't.
disagree.
no, listen, my initial,
I'll tell you
my,
why.
my mom initial thinking was like, okay, he probably smoked a little bit. He probably was just experiment.
Yeah.
She don't know. You done gave me the green. Like, man, fuck you talking about? I got a pound in this motherfucker. I sell weed on the low. I don't smoke it. So it's like, you never know what your kid is into.
Pretty sure.
You get what I'm saying?
I can say this with 100% certainty. Well, maybe 95% certainty. That my father and I have drank, like, we've had beer together.
For sure.
When I was underage.
For sure.
Living in Jamaica. So I'm
For sure.
talking about when I was like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I drink, honestly, bro, 9 times out of 10 when I'm drinking is when I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I don't have this, like, you know what I'm saying, insatiable desire to, like, to get drunk.
But imagine,
or drink.
But imagine if you would have
I was exposed. See, the problem is, bro, it's the red button thing, bro. It's the thing with the red button.
Yeah.
You put the red button in front of the kid, say, don't touch it, he gonna touch it.
Right.
My father exposed me to the red button, so I know I ain't gotta touch the fucking red button.
It's how you look on it. But imagine if you would have seen your daddy get drunk and smack your mama. So it's like now
it's negative.
Now your perception is different.
Right.
So you seen your dad drink and he was still able to conduct himself like a bit like a man. Like, son, I might drink a little bit.
Drinking a cold one. It's like, yo, let's have a cold one.
Exactly. But everybody is different. So this nigga might drink. But this this nigga might.
The law?
No, I'm talking about
not
like
even just the law, just life.
I'm-
Like, you're not gonna teach your 10-year-old how to drive, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
I told my I let my nephew I let my nephew drive.
Differently.
I let my nephew
But let me
drive.
tell you, because
I would have.
But
I
let
mean,
me tell
Sabrina's.
you.
I've had Sabrina in the front of stuff driving.
Yeah,
I've
for
done
sure.
that too.
I let my nephew drive a little
I've
bit.
done that too. My son is a great driver.
In the
I taught
parking
my
lot, I
son
let
at
my
12
nephew
years
do
old how
that
to
shit.
drive.
Right.
12 years old. He's a great driver.
Okay,
like,
so what
better
was
than
your-
me.
so what were you
this
saying?
is the thing. There is a limit, right? There's a standard for me.
Okay.
For me as a
Okay.
mom. All right, you can do what you do. Let me know, right? But at the same time, there are certain privileges. There are certain reasons for certain rules, right?
Okay.
You can't drink alcohol till you're 21 because that's when your mind develops. Back to your point, right?
Yeah.
Your brain does not fully develop until you're 21 years old. That's why you
25,
can't drink.
Actually.
Every
But
kid is
that's why you
25.
can't drink.
Every kid wrong. I'm gonna tell you the example because
that
you just
21
said you
shit's
just
bullshit.
you just said what you said, right?
Right.
You said you let your son drive, right? So boom, I'm gonna tell you a prime example. So somebody let me and my brother drive when we was like 13, 14. So you know what the fuck we did?
Crash.
Nah,
Stole
we took the
cars.
motherfucking car.
Exactly.
So
Who y'all were?
no,
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 no, no, that's the whole point.
listen what I'm saying. I'm saying like so
My dad let me
when
drive and I never took his car.
that's you.
That's you.
That's your
Because
father.
That's who I was as a kid.
No, because that's your that was your father.
And our relationship.
So what I'm
Because
telling
I know he would fucking kill me if I took his
exactly,
car.
but everybody don't have that issue.
Exactly.
So
That's
what I
okay,
told my nephew, I let my nephew drive. I told my like recently, like maybe like my nephew, I said, look nephew, I'm gonna let you drive. I said you cannot drive. I said I'm gonna let you drive with me. We just gonna ride around the neighborhood. I'm gonna let you so you have some experience around the wheel. But I had to explain to a lot of people don't do that. They just be like, oh, you want to drive? I'm gonna show you how to drive. So now in his man, and some kid man, if you don't explain to him the checks and the boundaries, he just feel like, oh, I was
If you
driving
put
with my
the
nephew.
Fear of God in your kid, bro. I'm gonna tell you this.
That
right?
does not
I'm
matter.
gonna tell you something right now.
That does-
You right. No, Peter. No, you right.
There's certain things that my daughter, there's certain lines she would never cross with me.
Look, you
There's certain things with my dad. There's certain things I might do,
yeah.
but there's certain things I know I would never do with him.
But look,
Because there's a fear of God that he put in me. He instilled in me in a certain age. Even my mama, bro. I'm not gonna do certain things with her because I know, man, this is gonna set her to hell.
But look,
off. So I'm not gonna do this.
Dig this.
Those are those checks.
Dig this. Not to even cut you off, right? You're right. You're right? And you like, it's certain shit you won't do. You know what I'm saying? Based off your father. But what about the kid that don't?
No, I get.
So that's where it becomes sketchy.
So what you're saying
because,
is your
because he might
drive
not
your car because he like, well, you know.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
You see where I'm going with
no,
that?
because I told my nephew. So like a lot of people would just be like, they'll let their nephew drive the car and won't explain to him. I say, look, I'm telling my nephew, like, look, I was just like you. I wanted to drive, and I'm telling him why. A lot of people don't do this because I understand how the man works. A lot of people won't tell you this. I'm like, look, you can't drive without me. You're not supposed to be driving.
Yeah.
A lot of people would just be like, oh, he can drive. It's cool.
It's not like my dad took me on the road. It was just like a, yo, Peter, sit in my lap.
Despite whatever, that was your daddy, and you had a certain level of respect.
I had a hell of a lot of
exactly.
respect.
So for the kid that don't have a father, he don't have that same respect. He just know, oh, my friend or my Uncle Peter let me drive. Now I know how to exactly. See, your dad gave you a certain level.
But
the same level that you had, that you say you had, didn't give me and my brother that level because we took my cousin's car.
But
you get what I'm saying? Because we didn't have that.
No dad. My son don't have no dad. I let him drive. I teach him. Hey,
Yeah.
you're not entitled to drive. I'm letting you. I paid money for this car. I did all of this for this car. I'm letting you. But you know what? My son is like, I don't know. He's like, oh yeah, da, da. Everybody he with, they let him drive. He got the neighbor asking, can he drive his car?
Yeah.
I gave him those boundaries. I gave him those limits. And my mom said it. And that's why I say I sound like my mom. My mom said, I'm not going to sign for you to get a tattoo. Once you do, you're going to get more. No, Mom, I'm going to just get the one. You letting me, you know what I'm saying? And I did. I got 3 within the year. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about a personal thing. Yeah. So you can do this with your kid. You cannot do this with your kid. Your kid is going to be who your kid is. They're going to be exposed to any and everything, no matter what it is.
I agree with
one of the things I'm dealing with now is my kids don't focus on the moment. They're always worried about what's next. Even my daughter, she's 4. Mommy, we got ice cream. Can we get cake too? They're always going to want
I agree with you. And you know, that's why I believe in 2-parent households. You know what I'm saying? Because like, when I was telling you about the lion, I keep bringing that shit up. The lion went and listened to his mom. I mean, which was the dog. It only responded to the daddy dog. It was playing too rough with the mama, and the daddy dog said, "Hur, hur, hur," and that lion, so that's why it's a check and balance. You have to kind of, So a lot of people don't understand that. They believe, oh, well, my kid do this, or I can tell him, I can check him. You can't turn it off. It's not an on and off switch. You get what I'm saying? So you got to kind of really understand, like, man, what I'm doing. Like, when you allow your kid to drive, like when I let my nephew drive, I allow my nephew. I'm playing with fire. Yeah. But my nephew respect my bot. If he didn't respect my bot, he respect my bot for the shit that I done for him and the shit that I help him out with.
How old's your nephew?
My nephew 12.
Right.
Yeah.
My son 15. So you feel me?
Like, listen, my nephew not doing. My nephew, like, I don't even want my nephew.
A great kid.
My nephew was getting in a lot of shit. My nephew fight a lot. So if I had the power to be like, I go get my nephew, I could change the outcome of him because I can. He feel like he on the same path he respects me. Yeah. I don't know if he on the same path. I don't know, but he respects me. Like if I tell him like, "Hey, Danny, look, man, I need you to go wash these dishes." He ain't gonna suck his teeth at Uncle Mel. He gonna go do that shit. Right. When his mama say that, she might.
Right, but you know so here's the thing: kids are really good at finding gray areas. So kids will show you.
But you don't. But listen, you a woman. As a man, I'm not going for the gray area because I know that game. It do matter.
I'm telling you for a fact, it don't matter.
It do matter. It do matter. It do matter.
Tell me how.
It do matter because it do matter because you said what I'm gonna do.
We both tell our kid. We both tell that same kid.
Listen.
But let me give you
go ahead, tell me.
We both tell that kid, don't touch that phone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So the kid is touching the phone. What you gonna do? What you gonna do different than I'm gonna do?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Something different.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. One time I talked to my nephew and I told him I was disappointed in him. That shit looked like it fucked him up. Cause he look at his Uncle Mel like, man, my Uncle Mel the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like we look at as a man's you agree that a man is the leader of the household, right?
I do.
Okay, so your mama can only tell you but so much. So if I tell my nephew like, nephew, I don't condone what you just did. I don't respect that shit. he gonna feel so disappointed that he let his uncle down. Or if it was my son, that he let his son down.
Whereas, so those are two different conversations.
No, it's not. Whereas my female would be like, my daughter might be looking at it like, okay, yeah, all right, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
So this is what I think with that. So I used to tell my daughter's mom all the time. So women have a more of a likelihood of yelling and screaming. Right?
Yeah.
Women more likely elevate, their voices and stuff when they get upset. And I found that kids get used to that. I found just kind of based on time and seeing things. Yeah. Kids kind of like, they're like, oh, she yelling again. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about my mom, always yelling. And I'm just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But when my dad, bro, when he spoke, it's like I could hear, I could feel it. The mom, and I'm talking about my daughter now. When my daughter's mom says certain things, it doesn't mean the same as what I say to Sabrina. And it's not because her mom doesn't have that because she's a Jamaican woman too. Like she has that fight in her. Yeah. But it's just biology. There's something that's different.
No.
It is, bro.
It's not, because let me tell you, I'm telling you, I feel you. But you're in the household. If you're not in the household, you don't carry the same weight. So your son and your nephew is a different conversation.
Oh, no,
your nephew is going to look to you more because you're not here. You're like a blessing.
I'm talking about being in the household.
Right.
And I also tell my nephew, though, I walk, but listen, I'm you got to tell you, I seen a nigga, bro, when I was a kid, bro, I seen a nigga, bro. I seen a nigga whistle, bro. I seen a kid with a dad, and his dad fucking whistled, bro. And I don't give a fuck what he was doing. He knew to stop what the fuck he was doing and went and see what his dad was doing, bro. I ain't have nothing like that. You get what I'm saying?
It's about
I seen my friend. I had a best friend, bro, that he'll be like, I might be like, bro, we about to go do XX. He be like, I ain't doing that shit. My dad ain't gonna.
Yeah.
And it's like,
think about it. We grew up in the same neighborhood.
This is the point I'm making.
I'm out here running around.
So what I'm saying, when you got that motherfucker that you gotta, it's a difference when you gotta talk. Man, I can talk. I can deal with my mama, bro. I can sweet talk my mama. I can say, funny? Mom, I'm going through this. I can't sweet talk that big muscular motherfucker that's like, look. Yeah. Nah, look, this is what the fuck going on.
We gotta end soon, but like my daughter, my daughter's mom, when there's certain things going on, she calls me because she knows Sabrina gonna listen to Peter. That's a fact.
Yeah.
She's going to buckle up. She let's say she does bad in school, don't tell him. She don't want me to know. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell that.
She feel like she let you down.
Feel like, oh man, because he ain't even gotta say much.
Yeah.
But what he says is gonna be so heavy that it's gonna hit, and he might look at me different or treat me different. Because when I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed. It's not just words. It's not just, I'm angry in this moment. Now, at the same time, I love my daughter, and she knows it. So, that love, I think, is also a part of why she's like, man, we have such a good relationship. I don't want to, mess that up at all.
She don't want to let you, she don't want to let daddy down, yeah.
Obviously. But I'm telling you, the guy doesn't have to be there physically to actually have an impact, because I don't live with my daughter's mother. But when she's at her house, she calls me, Peter, this is going on, that's going on.
Your daughter predominantly lives with you.
No. I said for her, most of her life she did. She lives predominantly with her mother now because that's what she wanted.
So that's the whole point, though.
Yeah, but
she did. So my parents, both of them, active. Always. I never could not call my mom, not call my dad, right? I was really scared of what my dad was going to say when I was pregnant, because I didn't want him to be like, oh my God, da-da-da. He was like, you know what? I called him. I was like, Dad, I'm pregnant. He was like, I was crying, bawling. And my dad's a very nice person. He's never whipped me, never punished me ever in my entire life. My mom gets down. So like y'all said, I see where it is initially, right? But that's not who I live with. You feel me? So even if he's like, oh, okay. He asked me, I was like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? I hope it's a boy. I was like, all right, boom. I was cool with it after that. But he doesn't live in my house. My mom lives in my house. She's the one to carry out. It's about that follow through. So like my son's dad, he can tell him whatever he wants to. It's not nothing. Like it's weightless,
Yeah,
right? But my son knows, like if he acts up in
missing
school,
his wealth for like.
Hold on.
His life,
doesn't matter.
You want to know the difference? What I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We gotta wrap it up soon.
We can, but we definitely need to. But
I'm with it.
a woman. The point I'm making is with the genders, and people don't. I don't think nobody is recognizing how important the gender is, because you listen to your mother is gonna hit different, because she can tell you everything. She can tell you about a period. The daddy can't tell you about no fucking period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas your son is the same way. Yeah. Like I can tell my son about certain shit. I can't tell my son about no motherfucking period, son. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened when you go through that. I can tell you about. You know what I'm saying? Why this little motherfucker up and you can't get it down? I can't tell you. Yeah. You get certain shit. So that's why it's important that we have both. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so
and that's
that
the point.
And that's down to it takes a village.
Nah, for sure.
It takes a village,
for
right?
Sure.
But that's where I think as parents,
but you need a solid village. We
don't look for a village. We look to do it all ourselves, right?
Sure.
We all try to be.
And that right there is called false pride.
Yeah.
Like this we gonna end soon. This is gonna be my last thing. I know I'd asked him earlier, like, what's something they would tell the kids, you know, in order to not make the same mistakes that we all made. I've lost a lot of friends, and actually the other day I was thinking about it, like, back home here, I lost a lot of friends, man, through either gun violence or accidents or whatever, and, you know, this one guy sticks out in my mind very, like, pretty, I would say, vividly due to this conversation. He died behind a girl, a girl that he, you know, was trying to get with in a club, and he got shot, you know, like 17 times.
Yeah,
there was a lot of anger there, and a lot of words being crossed and are being said, and you know, the girl that he was trying to like get at, I don't even get it. You know what I'm saying? The point I'm making is, like, young people, you guys, like, this happened years and years and years ago. You know, I don't think he lived to see 25, if I'm remembering the date correctly. But, like, throughout all my experiences, being a little kid, I ain't never seen myself going to Europe. Who the hell, like, as a kid, you don't think like that. Shit, my brother was saying it. My brother was like, bro, my brother been to Germany, Japan. He's been all over there. He lives in Hawaii right now. And we were talking, and he was like, bro, when I was younger, I thought going to Germany was like, you had to be like rich to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got people out here making life-changing, life-ending decisions with that kind of mindset. Mm-hmm. And what I say to these young people, like, be patient. Give yourself time. Like, build yourself. Become that woman that he wants. Because we talked about this before. If you out here being ratchet, being dumb, you're not going to get the husband you want. If you out here having a bunch of children at a young age and setting yourself up for failure. And when I say a bunch of children, I'm not saying like Ashley. I'm not saying like, you know, just you got pregnant and you worked on yourself and you fixed it and you took care of your child. I'm talking about you out here bouncing around and having 3, 4, 5 kids with all these different guys, and you're like, yeah, I'm still gonna. I want my man to be making $100,000 a year, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because no man in that position is gonna see you and be like, oh yeah, unless you fix you know what I'm saying, you fix the issue, and that's just reality. Like it is what it is. We're attracted to what we're attracted to. So what I'm telling the kids to do is give yourself time. The men work on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, it sounds cliche, but hit up the gym. The gym gives you so much freaking confidence. Bro, like, you don't know. Having a big chest and a strong core, it's something about it that just makes you like, it's like, yo, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
It's like knowing how to fight.
I don't like the gym. I punch that motherfucking bag. I feel like Superman. I be in that bitch punching the fuck out that shit.
Right?
But you're working out. That's the point.
Yeah.
You're doing physical activity. Your testosterone, you're getting it up. So like what I'm saying is like, exert some energy in something else other than just chasing behind tail. Bro, I understand. Getting your first piece of butt is dope. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I've been there. But I'm telling you this right now. If you let that first be your last, you're going to regret it, because I promise you, bro, there's so much. Bro, I've been to so many different countries, so many different states in the United States, and I've experienced a lot of different things. And you know what's funny? A lot of people might have been with more women than even I've been with. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at quality versus quantity. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is I was able to do this and then make a choice who I wanted to be with.
No, for sure.
Yo, I'm just out here now and it's the first thing I got and da 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 da. And now I got 3-4 kids out here and I ain't got no choice. Just take y'all time, do what y'all do. You know what I mean? You don't need to have kids young, because you got time, bro. Life is abundant. Like, life is abundant. It's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk.
And that's all I got. Yeah,
so my biggest takeaways from this is, yes, it is possible to be successful after you have kids after being young. It is way more possible to be successful if you have your kids after you've had time to apply yourself. Because having a kid, being in school, working, like, the balance is not there. In my 30s, like, I'm still trying to figure out how to balance all three of those. Yeah. So, you don't have that structure, you don't have that discipline, you don't have anything to weigh it against, right? Sure. So I tell my son, like, bro, you can have kids, you can live that life, you can do all of those things after you've made it and you're comfortable. You don't have to ask for help. Imagine needing to call me and ask me for $10 for diapers when you could have $10 for diapers, have this, and you're just calling me because your baby won't sleep through the night. Yeah. Which call is better for you?
No, for sure.
Right? So live your life. Do everything you want to. Travel. I have not seen half of the world because I've had a kid. I got to worry about who's going to take care of my kid. There are so many different things that come into play as a parent, right? So, like, live your life, then have kids, right? Because then you get to experience life and show the kids the best part of life, right? Versus me, I'm having kids and I'm still having to figure out what the best part of life is. You feel me? No, it's still a blessing. It's still a good thing. But at the end of the day, how much better would it have been if I could experience this with them as, like, not a new norm, right? Like, I have to find the good things versus teaching them the good things.
Got you.
It's not one size fit all, pretty much what everybody's saying. Like, it's not one size fit all, because it's like, you pretty much saying, like, figure that shit out and then have your kids. I'm saying, like, I still ain't figured it out, because I went to prison at a young age. So, like, technically you could really say I'm still 22, 23 years old, because I never really had a chance to really get the experience. But it's like, one thing I can say is my mind frame different. I think about shit a little differently.
Hey,
so
I think you found a good woman too.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I know I found a good woman. Like, if it weren't for, like, that, like,
that's like half the battle, bro.
That's real, bro. Like, I feel like despite anything, like, I won't really focus on, like, anything, like, nothing, like, looks or none of that shit. Like, just her as a spirit, like, her spirit is beautiful. So it's like, that shit help a nigga out. You get what I'm saying? Like, I be ready to, like, I'm Jad evil, bro. Like, I don't be wanting to be evil to her, because I'm like, damn, she's so nice. You feel me? Like, she nice as fuck. Like, I feel bad. Like, sometimes I might say some wild shit, and then I feel bad about that shit. I don't tell her that shit, but and I be.
You told her now.
I feel bad about that shit. Like, damn, I don't really be. You know what I'm saying? But I tell her all the time, like, Shawty, I be dealing with demons, Shawty. Like, I really be fighting demons. Like, you gotta understand that. Like, I ain't saying, like, you have to accept it or whatever the situation is. But, like, I'm fucked up. Like, like, my way I look at shit and the way I grew up, and just, I ain't even say the way I grew up, just the shit I've been through, like, that shit made me a monster. So, just, like, no, I fuck with you, though. I love you. Like, that's why I fucking gave you a ring. Like, I really fuck with you, Shawty. Like, so, yeah, I might say some wild shit. Like, don't take me serious. And I think she kind of understand that. I be trying to get her, like, just to know who I am. Like, fuck what I say, look at my actions more, like, don't judge me by, like, I might, cause if I get mad, I'm liable to say anything, bro. That go with anybody, bro. I go to war with the USA. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I get in my feelings, like, I don't give a fuck. That's just how I am. Like, nigga, fuck y'all, come kill me. Like, that's what it is. But, like, know off my actions. Like, if I really felt like that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, with my kids. I wouldn't be putting this effort in. I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just try your best to understand me. I know I'm a difficult motherfucker to understand, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't understand myself half the time, but just know what I'm saying.
So
no,
what would be your message? What would be your message to to the kids or to the young people?
My message to the kids is, bro, like, man, just think before you do anything, for sure. Like, think before you do everything. Know every action come with a reaction. You know what I'm saying? Know it's gonna always be consequences to your actions. So, like, just always think before you make a fast judgment or something that can alter your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think, and that shit cost me 9.5 years of my life. You get what I'm saying? I can never get back. People died, bro. I lost people like family members that was close to me, great grandmothers and fathers and people I never, I can never had this conversation. They never got to see the grown Jamel. Like, they never got to really experience who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just know, like, bro, something you do today can affect you tomorrow or 2-3 years down the road. So all I would say is, like, you know what I'm saying? Just know, make a conscious decision, whatever you do, and be able to live with whatever you do. You know what I'm saying?
Wrap it up. Have fun. Be good. Have the babies later.
Nah, for sure.
No, I'm just joking. But for real, that's how it is.
Nah,
you can enjoy the moment. You don't got to make it a lifetime. Don't make permanent decisions off of temporary actions.
No, for sure.
And I know love feels like when you meet somebody that you like, especially somebody you think, oh man, I can't believe this person likes me or whatever. I know that kind of feels like it's almost like an impossibility, but honestly, that's really, 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 really small on the scale of things you're gonna have to deal with in life. And just this is a hard thing for young people to comprehend. It was hard for us. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all could say the same thing. Those feelings drive you to do really stupid shit. Mm-hmm. Say and do and like disobey and stay up late and cry and all the other emotions, you know what I'm saying, or things that you're not supposed to really be, really get yourself involved in. But we're human and we do it. So, this was a good conversation,
no bullshit.
Kids, do what y'all supposed to do. Listen to us, the stupid ones, made the mistakes and had to fix it. You know what I'm saying? But this was Hot Shots, the Hot Shots podcast, episode 2, season 2. This was a long one, but thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, man. Comment, man. Please comment, man.
Facts.